Hey there, everybody. This is Kristen from Teaching Balance, and I am here with you for this week's mindfulness meditation. And I thought that since for me and many of my colleagues, and probably a lot of educators out there, this week is our spring break. Woo! Uh, I thought it would be a really interesting, fun opportunity to do a slightly longer meditation, a little bit longer than our typical 10 minutes, and instead doing 15 minutes. So, in the email that will be bringing this video to you, I will definitely include a link to a 10-minute as well if you're just thinking like, yeah, no, I can't do that for whatever reason. That's totally okay. But assuming that you do hopefully have a little bit more time and a little bit more spaciousness during this spring break holiday week, my hope is that it would be a fun opportunity for you to try to take advantage of. So it's going to be very similar to what we typically do, 3 anchors and all of that, but it's just going to be 5 minutes longer, and the pace might be a little bit slower, but I don't even know if you'll notice a difference. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you would find your seat, sitting in a posture that is upright but not rigid. And if you want to think of your vertebrae as being stacked one upon the other, almost like a stack of coins, sitting in that way will help to support you for this slightly longer sit. Closing your eyes or lowering your gaze. And starting out with those slow, deep, luxurious belly breaths. So let's take several of those now. Allowing those deep, deep breaths to help us to drop into our bodies. Activating that relaxation response. And just helping us to be a little bit more present, both with our physical presence and also our mental presence. And for the first anchor that you may choose to explore, and of course you can go to whichever you prefer at any time, allowing yourself to first notice the breath. Notice where you feel the breath in your body today. It might be different than it is typical, and it might be the same. But just noticing whatever you can notice. You may choose to pay special attention to that moment at the top of the inhale, just before the exhale, and that moment at the bottom of the exhale, just before the new inhale. If you'd like to, you can even play with extending that a little bit. Just as another way to help you stay grounded in this moment. And you may also notice that the breath has a wave-like quality. So if it appeals to you, just allowing your awareness to rest on that wave-like quality and ride that gentle wave, the gentle rising and falling. Noticing when the mind has wandered and just gently bringing it back. Always with that quality of kindness, understanding, and perhaps even playfulness. And if it's helpful, you may also choose to label your thoughts just as thoughts, or even more specifically, that's a memory. I'm noticing that I'm making a plan, or something along those lines. Never beating yourself up about it. It's all part of this meditation experience. And even if you feel like your mind wanders over and over again, and you're constantly bringing it back, remembering that that noticing of the wandering is actually your opportunity to strengthen your mindfulness meditation muscle, so to speak. You may feel like on any given practice that your mind was all over the place, but yet you'll still reap the benefits of a greater sense of calm and equanimity, being able to roll with things and go with the flow, even if the sit itself didn't feel particularly peaceful. If you'd like to keep your attention on the breath, you can, but the next possibility is to rest your awareness on the body. Noticing external sensations like the temperature of the air as it makes contact with your skin, feeling the contact of your clothing, feeling the support of the chair or cushion underneath you. And then you can also notice internal sensations. It might be noticing sensations in the muscles. There might be a quality of soreness or tension. And remembering that it's not our job to fix this in any way or to change it. You're just noticing it. And if there's a particular quality of discomfort for whatever reason, if you'd like to, having that discomfort be the object of your awareness, having the discomfort be your anchor, and just exploring that sensation with curiosity and interest. What are the boundaries of this sensation? Does it take up a lot of physical real estate, or is it smaller? Does it have a quality of sharpness or dullness? Is there a quality of temperature? And whether you do this for an area of discomfort or just any part of the body, watching and observing, and perhaps even noticing when things change. Is there some component or quality to that sensation that shifts in some way? And then observing that new component in the same way. Noticing where the mind is. If you choose to, labeling the thought as either a thought or something more specific. And then always with that kindness, like you would guide a puppy who'd wandered off back to where you want it to be. You just gently pick it up and move it. And then the last option, if you choose to shift into that, would be to notice the sounds inside the room and outside the room. Perhaps even sounds within your own body. Noticing some sounds will be perpetual, perhaps the hum of an electronic or the heat, and others will come and go. And letting go of any inclination to tell yourself a story about the sound. What is that? What's making that noise? And just experience the sounds. No sound is a good sound or bad sound when we practice. It's just sound waves hitting our eardrums and allowing ourselves to experience that. And to hear things that we probably wouldn't typically hear if we weren't resting our awareness on it. Remembering at any time you can shift your anchor between breath and body and sounds to whatever works for you in that moment, whatever helps you to stay grounded and present. Noticing where the mind is, and if it's wandered, just gently escorting it back. With about a minute or so left in our 15-minute meditation, if you'd like to play with this final minute, perhaps making an effort to see if you can hold your awareness on an anchor until that final bell. Holding your awareness on the breath or the body or sounds for these final few moments. Okay, that was 15 minutes. That didn't feel too crazy long to me. Maybe it did to you, but hopefully it didn't. So happy spring break to those of you who are on spring break. Happy first day back to those of you who went on spring break last week. And happy future spring break to anybody who's going next week. But either way, my hope is that when you have this opportunity to get a little bit of a rest and take a break from work, whether you are a very active kind of person who's going to be traveling and doing lots of stuff, or whether you're going to do more of the super laid back staycation type of thing, doing whatever you can just to always keep in mind the value of, if not the whole time, taking those pockets of time to rest and to rejuvenate and to take advantage of this opportunity. So thank you as always for making the time and putting in the effort to practice with me. I hope if you made it to the end of this one that you felt like that extra time was useful. And I look forward to seeing you next month with a brand new theme and another 10-minute practice. I'll see you then.